What's good, bros, guy? I go by the name of Young Colum again. We wrapping up the year. Best albums. This is like the one that you're supposed to be on, bro. And I don't want to waste your time because you don't know what a Young Colum is. So let's get into it then. So at number 10, we have American Dream by 21 Savage. And it does seem like very templated in a sense. So it kind of stays within the same BPM, the same hi-hat patterns. But what it's able to do is you do get like these regular songs like All of Me and Red Room. But All of Me has introspection, you know what I mean? Red Room is a hit with creative hook. Sneaky is the same way. Even though that is templated, it's still consistent. And even more towards the end when he actually gets into this R&B bag, because obviously being able to portray himself as a thug, but also as like an R&B guy, it's definitely 21 Savage. That's what you see when he's on IG Live, is him singing these R&B songs from 90s, even some 2020s R&B, bro. So that's like 21 Savage in its final form when you get towards the end of the album. And the production's done in a way where it is this cinematic piece, which keeps it mainstream, keeps it commercialized, but also cool in the same sense. So there's no real harm done with all like this templated all throughout. There's no versatility, but there is like a dynamic change, at least like a little bit, when it comes to the end of the album. Of course, I've already explained the R&B stuff. The features came through, but more importantly, or more notably, Travis Scott's feature on Nina, where he's able to chop this flow up, like something that you would see on Utopia. But with it being a feature, it's definitely one of the best features you'll get from Travis Scott himself. Summer Walker's contribution was great. I think it was a flip on Patti LaBelle's chorus on If You Only Knew, which is actually on My Alarm. Burna Boy's chorus on Just Like Me is dope. I think 21 Savage actually did something that he was aiming to do for his whole career, bro. This is an American Dream. Top 10. So at number 9, we got Dark Times by Vince Staples. And this is one of those albums you have to highlight the actual experience more than just talking about the songs that are on there, because there are these interludes. I feel it's conceptual in a way. And you still get songs like Black and Blue, where it's like trying to aim for stadium type tours, with how heavy the drums are, especially how hard the snares actually come through. Shame on the Devil is the best song on the album, but also one of the best songs that dropped this year. There's a lot of choruses that'll stick with you, like E2Phase or Little Homies, or even Shame on the Devil and Black and Blue, you know what I mean? These are the songs that you will be going to if you want to get into the album at all. I don't think that Vince Staples has been able to make a better album than his self-titled in 2021. I believe that's when it dropped. But this does actually come somewhere near it, man. I'm happy with what we got here. The experience is dope. There's nothing really more that I would ask apart from Kenny Beats to produce this album itself. Now at number 8, we have Denzel Curry, King of the Mischievous South, or King of the Mischievous South, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Whatever floats your boat, man. I think it pays homage in a great way to South Florida. Ultra shit. My only reference point that I can point it to was Clem's Casino, like 2011 Clem's Casino, which that was like the best A$AP Rocky song you'll get, like especially in the era, like Sandman. That's how it really felt to me, you know what I mean? Key Naita, the other artist on the song of Ultra shit, when they start going like Nina, Trick, have you seen her? It's a great cadence delivery, and it's one of like the times where it flows or vocal delivery can be used as ear candy too. It'll grab you in as soon as that line comes up, bro. Denzel Curry's always gonna have flow, lyrics. I don't think he's ever missed when it came to choruses. So everything that Denzel was able to do over trap beats, especially in a homage way, was done on Kings of the Mischievous South. Got Me Geeked was the song that I had to include in this list. So that's why you'll see like it's not Vol 2, it is like the full package. Same way with 21 Savage. When I started her and Denzel going into this R&B bag towards the end of the album, that's where everything picked up specifically for myself. So I do like songs like Cold Pimp, you know what I mean? We got Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator. Not only is there innovation within the album itself, but there was innovation with how he was able to release the album, we've still got Friday releases. You got an out of the nowhere drop from Kendrick Lamar on 8 p.m. Still, I think it was on the Friday though. But it's just like specific times where people are awake to notice that you even dropped. That's what's going to have you on the Billboard for 3 weeks. You have songs like Darling Now and Take Your Mask Off there. I think came in like top 5 in Tyler's whole discography. My favorite on the album obviously being Take Your Mask Off, which is top 2. You get songs like Him, I Killed You, Hey Jane. There's not a lie being told from Tyler's verses or pen when it comes to Chromacopia itself. Like there's not a lie in any single one of these lines. So it's introspective, it's innovative, and it shifts the culture in a way. It probably has some type of impact on how 2025 release is going to be. Number 6, we have Kali Uchis Orchideas, which I think does actually come through a lot better than Chromacopia did, based on experience and how these songs were able to hit every time. It's more consistent than Chromacopia, because as I've already explained, I'm an R&B type of guy. There's innovation with how Kali Uchis wanted to actually portray the culture that she has. When she has songs like Tomato, where it sounds like something off of James Bond movies. Track 10, this El Alpha, the highlights of that song. A lot of it is just fun though. Tommy Besso is probably the most innovative song on the. It's very, 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 very like Disney Encanto though, when the switch up happens. 44 minutes, 14 songs. The consistency, the R&B elements, the innovation, the culture that she really has within herself. Everything that went into this album made it to top 6. We don't get top 5 until we get to Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet. Majority of these songs that end up on Short and Sweet end up being a hit throughout the year, like Taste, Please, 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 Beckham, Espresso. Don't Smile made it into my best songs of the year. But everything that I'm saying, like, that leads up to this point is the R&B elements that get me, like, in good graces. The way that she does sing over these songs, man, regardless of Disney star or not. But regardless, it's consistent, it's concise, it's a good experience, it's top 5. If I'm going to be honest, Born in the Wild by Thames kind of does everything that I've been looking into to, like, its full potential. But the only thing that stops it from being top 3 was there are all these filler songs. And it's 54 minutes too. It's these Afrobeat songs that I like, the R&B element songs that I like, the way that she actually delivers these choruses, specifically on Turn Me Up or Burning. It's so distinctively gorgeous, bro. And on track 12, the way that the 3-4 was able to open, and it's got a J. Cole verse on there. It's insane, bro. It does have to make itself to top 4. Even when it comes to these filler songs, they still hit. It's got a lot to fall back on, but it still makes a good case of why it should be top 4. I think when it comes to hits, this one probably has a good amount of hits too. Not more than Sabrina, but you still got Burning, Love Me Jaja, Free Fall, and Me and You, just to keep you engaged throughout the 54 minutes. And Burning actually made it to number 1 when it comes to my best songs of 2024. So a top 3. We get into JPEG Mafia, I Lay Down My Life For You. People had already had Scaring the Host at number 1 on their list in 2023. So if JPEG Mafia was going to release an album after that, it's got to be on the top 10 somewhere, you know what I mean? This is where things get experimental. The quality of things is sharpened, like so much high end, so much treble, to the point where it would sound like Scooby-Doo Ghost. Of course, I like the R&B melodies or the R&B elements. When you get to I'll Be Right There. Also, one of the songs that made it to my best songs of 2024, I'm the Runner Off the Drugs, which is a AI Future cover. Don't Put Anything on the Bible is nice. This is where the experience, the experimental, the innovation, the introspectiveness, like, we had to know that bro had issues with his barber. Otherwise, this would not make top 3. When it comes to the features, you get like Denzel Curry, what he did. You'll get Vince Staples being sampled, but then a completely new verse from Vince Staples over that sample. There is a lot of experimentation, a lot of innovation, a lot of like good experience. There's nothing that's predictable about the album if it's your first listen. That's what's going to make you get into this top 3. It's concise, consistent, it's dope. It's JPEG Mafia. Number two. At number two, we have the albums of 2024. So it's very predictable, these last two. Number two, Brett. And the reason that this has ended up so high, not really anything to do with how it impacted 2024 itself. Even though I don't personally think that this is a 10, there are still melodic elements mixed with industrial sounds, mixed with that auto-tune and the Big Crush piano that make the experience of actually listening to Brett, outside of what it did for pop culture, what it did to people that want to use it as an aesthetic, it makes the actual experience of listening to the album so unpredictable in a way. How would we take these things that we do regularly, especially in the genre of pop, how do we take this and flip it to where it wouldn't sound like it would in 2015, bro, like 10 years ago? I mean, everything was very clean in 2015. I think in 2025, everything is going to be very, very rough. Everything is going to be experimental. Industrial elements is going to be mixed within these like gorgeous chords. So like what Brett has given us so far is going to run throughout 2025 when we get Jade's album, probably even Billie Eilish album. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is one of those cultural shifts. It might not run for like the whole rest of the decade, but I promise you this is going to do something to 2025. There's a versatility side to it. When you would go from Sympathy as a Knife, how distorted the vocals are in there. But it is more of a high energy pop song that follows with this piano ballad. This is like so dope to me, the piano ballad with the Big Crush like filter over it or preset. And then you got like the way that the auto-tune sounds over it. Camila Cabello did try and replicate it. Unsuccessfully, unfortunately, though. I personally, I rock with Camila Cabello. I hope that she can find something for her damn self, bro. I hope she has a good Chris voice. So with that being said, you know what number one is? It's JNX. This is one of those surprise releases. It's a Kendrick Lamar release, which we haven't had a Kendrick album since 2022, which is actually fairly fine. Because we wasn't really expecting one for like 5 years after Mr. Morale. Honestly, I thought that Mr. Morale would be Kendrick's last album ever too, until like the conversation started to back up, and then eventually we get GNX, which is another album that pays homage on the list to where the artist is actually from. Kendrick being from the blue side of Los Angeles, which is more so evident in songs like Hey Now, TV Off, Dodger Blue, Peekaboo, and JNX. JNX being one of the probably the most experimental song on the album too. There is introspection on the album, but obviously with it being Kendrick Lamar, it's a whole nother level, like psychology type of introspection, where you'll get like Reincarnated or Gloria. You do have real hits on the album too. You're like, everybody likes Luther. My favorite song on the album is Gloria. There's not too much innovation apart from the song GNX, because a lot of it is just paying homage. But when it comes to me, bro, I like the R&B elements. I like the psychology. I like the pimp side of things. I like the way that he really embodies this. The blue side of West Coast was really doing, bro, like G Perico and them. I wish G Perico was on this album, though. But even if you have a simple beat, if you're from that side of LA, your personality would take the most simplest beat and make it sound like it's completely original. It'll make it seem so distinctive, it's insane. So with that being said, obviously we just talked about number one. That's the end of the video. I'd like you to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if the opinion suck. Tell me if the list was the wrong way around. Do anything to, boost the engagement. But, you know what I'm saying, show who you are, bro. So like, comment, subscribe. I've been Colin. You've been whoever the hell you are. I'm out.